Hi, Rosies. I'm Ro.
And I'm Z. And in this video, I'm going to discuss my stationery regrets, or at least what I'm not feeling anymore. Stay tuned. So, we all are stationery addicts, but sometimes you get over a product or you're just not feeling the product entirely. So, that's where I'm at. One of the first things I want to talk about is
Oh, you don't like
fountain
those?
pens. So this is the Kakumo fountain pen, and this is a point 0.5. No, this is medium.
Those are the ones I sent you?
No,
Okay.
the one you sent me was a ballpoint and a roller ball.
Okay. And they want fountain pens.
There weren't fountain pens. And that was from Levenger. That's a whole different video. But these are the pens. I ordered this one and I ordered two. I can't find the other one. But I ordered this from May Paper Co. And I fell in love, and everybody was talking about it. Oh, the Kakumo fountain pen, you need to get it. It's sold out on May Paper Co. It's sold out everywhere, actually. Found myself with one. I lost it, lost this one. I actually thought it was lost permanently, and I found it. So I already had another one ordered. And this is the thing with fountain pens that I don't like. You have to write in a certain way to get the ink to flow. I don't have an ink here, but let's say if you're writing, you have to write like this, perfectly on the tip to get the ink to flow well. If you write on the side, it doesn't work. If you write this on back side, it doesn't work. It has to be at a certain level for you to have that ink to flow. I didn't like that. I felt like I need to have my pens to be versatile. I don't want to have to put you at a certain level, at a certain pace to for you to write. One thing too that I didn't like about the Kokomo pen, more so because I have this one. I purchased this one. This was on Cloth and Paper's website. I didn't purchase it from Cloth and Paper because it sold out, and you know how long Cloth and Paper takes to restock. So I purchased it on a different website, but the same thing. The one difference between the Kakumo and this pen is that the ink for the Kakumo is not as pigmented, it's not a pigmented black as the ink for this particular pen. And one thing about the Kakumo that I don't like is that it feathers. I used it mostly for my Happy Planner. Well, I call it Happy Planner, but my Franken Planner. My Franken Planner is mostly made out of Happy Planner products. And the Kakumo, it's you could tell in the when you look at the paper, it kind of feathers. So I'll use it. I mean, it's not bad, but I'm not going to get on this is all the ball points that I'm going to get into. And actually because I saw everybody on the bandwagon, I went and I purchased another color. It's the same Kakumo medium. I don't listen. I purchased another color, and then I said, well, maybe, oh, that's another thing. So you know that when you have your pen, sometimes if you leave the nib out and you have like a fabric, it bleeds into the fabric.
That
I was doing I was on my son's bed. We were doing one of his lessons and I happened to have it open and it was just on the sheet, just tapped to the sheet. The whole sheet, the entire sheet, the entire ink barrel bled out into the sheet. I'm just letting you know that. So this fountain pen, it's and I think it's not that I don't like it. It's not like I wouldn't use it again, but it's one of those things that I'm not gonna go to. It's not a go-to pen for me. I'm not going to purchase any more fountain pens. I've tried it. I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be like a fail for me. And another thing, so then it didn't write well. It didn't write well. So then I said, well, let me buy the cleaning kit for the pen that I don't like. As you can see, I haven't used the cleaning kit. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to rework it, see if it's a go-to for me. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't think so. It's too much of a to do to write.
It's high
So
maintenance.
high maintenance pen. I don't need a high maintenance pen. I don't need a high maintenance anything on my planner, any one of my planners. So that is one of my, I don't know, my regrets. Another regret, these calendar cards. When I first started aesthetic planning, I would order these cards and
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh yeah, I put it in, particularly my go-to planner, which is my personal rings planner. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I'll just put it in here, and if I need to look at the date, I'll just pull it out. And if I pull this out 5 times, if I pull it out 5 times, it's a lot. I just feel like I have to. I I rather just use the calendar, the monthly. I rather just use the monthly to look
Mm-hmm.
at what I need to do, because generally it's not just I'm looking at a date. I just want to know what I'm doing for that day. So I'm not purchasing these again. I'm not doing it. It's a waste. I mean, I will take the free ones and I just really put them aside. I don't even put them in the planner. If they
Mm-hmm.
so I know the girl from, oh gosh, I can't remember her name. Anyway, one of the YouTubers that I follow, she said she uses them and puts it in a kind of like an acrylic calendar holder where you could see the card and the
Mm-hmm.
dates. But see, that wouldn't work for me because I wouldn't see it. I need reading glasses. It's not, I want, when I'm doing aesthetic planning, I want it to be functional more than aesthetic pleasing. When I'm doing decorative planning, I want it to look decorative because that's the part of decorating planning to look like. But this still has to have some functionality. But aesthetic planning, it has to be functional before it's decorative. And this is not functional for me. I don't use it. It's not a go-to. It's fluff when it comes to my planning. So I'm not going to purchase these cards again. I got you guys know that I do my aesthetic, my personal rings is my go-to planner. When I say go-to, I don't want to call it a go, my on-the-go planner.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's an aesthetic planner, I felt it necessary. If you can see, it's like a muted. It's not like really decorative, and that's purposeful. I don't want it to be decorative. So because I thought it's aesthetic planning that is void of color. So I was alternating between the muted, if you look at my personal rings, I would alternate weekly between a color highlighter and then one of my muted neutral highlighters. I don't like the muted highlighters. And it's like I talked about this a couple times in other videos because it rings so true that one of the I need to write down the name of these YouTubers because she called them funeral planners. And you could have a very aesthetic pleasing planner without it looking so sad and neutral. And I don't want it to look sad and neutral. Some of the neutrals I'm gonna stick with. I don't like this color. I don't like this one. I don't like. I think I'm gonna stick with this dark brown and the dark gray. And these two grays, this is more like a blue gray, and this is like a warmer gray.
You can
But I'll
send them
stick
to
to the
me.
gray.
I have my book journal that
Oh.
I can use that to color
Mm-hmm.
my books. Once I finish reading it, I can color it. So,
So I'll send these to you, and I also have a ballpoint pen that I want to send to you too.
okay.
So I'll send these to you. But yes, I just got off of the neutral. I mean, it's not that I don't want it neutral because I like the neutralness, but this was just too blah. And then I put the sticky note and it didn't come alive. It wasn't the look that I was looking for. Now, granted, I don't like brights too bright. This yellow I can do because it's more like a mustard yellow. It's tapered down. I love the blues. I love the green, the purple. This green is a little too bright for me. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna, but yeah, I'm gonna decide which one I'm gonna keep and which one I'm gonna give to Rocio because I'm telling you, it was like I looked at one of my weeklies and I'm like,
Mhm.
this is so sad. This is one of those funeral planners that that girl was talking about. So I'm getting away from the neutral dead planners. You guys heard me talk about how I like the ease of my pens in my personal rings. I like it to just go in and out. There is something about when you're planning. Um, this is productivity, but it's productivity that I like doing. I
Mhm.
enjoy this. This is my me time. I don't want to be annoyed during my me time. So I like pens that slip in and out comfortably in my pen loop in my planners. One thing about certain pens that I don't like is this big glob of rubber. And I say that because when you put it in here, it's not as smooth. It tugs more. I know it's slight. I know it's slight, but it annoys me. I wish, and I understand completely why they do this.
Mhm.
They do this because it's helps with the grip of writing. I'm not naive to that. But
Mhm.
when it comes to putting it into my pen loop, it's annoying. I prefer, I have my chunky uni, the smoothness of that. Here, I didn't purchase these. I got these, like I got four of these. I have it here. I got four of these. This was like way back in Cloth and Paper. If you ordered a certain amount, they give you like the four of these pens.
Right,
And I'm gonna
right.
tell you, these pens, it's called In Morning. It's pigmented and it writes well. It's 0.5 millimeter, 5 millimeter nib. So I love this pen because it's just smooth and it
Mhm.
goes in and out quickly. This pen from it's a line flow does have that rubber grip for the comfort grip, but because it doesn't have these lines
Mhm.
like this pen, it goes in a lot smoother. So now this one is another one. This one was always getting stuck. This is
Yeah,
the
I have the
Sharpie S Gel.
Sharpie. And you're right. You are correct because I have those in my pen loop that I purchased from Cloth and Paper, and it does.
It does feel the
Yes,
tug,
I
the
agree. I
friction.
agree.
So that is
But it don't
something
bother me.
well, I could use this for my work because I generally don't use these pen. I don't put these pen in the pen loop for my work planner.
Hmm.
I don't use and for my uh Franken planner, the pen loop is so big that it's not really an issue. But for my personal rings, yes, it's an issue. So I'm no longer gonna look to purchase pens with this heavy rubber grip. You guys tell me in the comments, am I being a little picky or you guys are finding this to be the same thing? You're having the same experience.
I have the same experience, but it don't, like I said, it doesn't bother me, but
It don't bother you too much. Okay. My next regret, because this is a regret, is purchasing these cloth and paper habit trackers. Now, I purchased these, I think a year ago. And every time I try to use them, I get confused. I just tear them off and I just quit. If you look at this, you laugh. It's pretty. It is pretty.
Why you
It's
get
a
confused?
number one. You could write your habits here, but there's nothing, there's no numbers. So if you miss a day and you come back, you don't know what day you were on. Okay, so it missed the mark there. And I think this is a design flaw because the aesthetic pleasing page is on the underside. This is the front side of the insert. When I'm planning, I'm not looking, when I'm doing my habit tracker, now I have to take an extra step, turn it back, and then use this side. It should have been placed here with the rings for the holes on this side. So what I did that one time. I did that. But so what I did, Rocio and
Mhm.
Rosie's, you see these holes here? I cut it out and then I put them over on this side, but then it was so, it ate into the, I don't have to rework the insert. What happened is they made, this should have been on this side and this should have been on that side, and it would have been easier to use. I looked on their website, they don't have these anymore, but I'm putting here as a regret because when you purchase items, you got to see how it works. You can't look at just how cute it is and how aesthetically pleasing it looks initially. And that's what I did. I fell in love with the aesthetic pleasingness of this habit tracker. And when I got it and start using it, I'm like, because usually when I start habits, I start day one. I mean, the first of the month, so I can track for the rest of the month. But if I skip a couple days and I don't remember what day I'm following up on. So that was a fail, and I'm going to be a lot more judicious as to when I pick up inserts, look at all the photos and see how this works. Lastly, so if you saw this, if you saw my review of this planner, this is from May Paper Co.
I thought you loved it. The color.
I love the color. I love it, but it doesn't stay open. It doesn't stay open. And then they had this itty bitty pen loop that couldn't even fit a pen. I had to stretch it out. So I really wanted to love this. I truly did.
Damn.
But I can't. I try to use it again. I came back to it and I can't get it to stay open. Look, I can't. So yeah, this is
I'm disappointed in that one.
yeah, I am too. This was from May Paper Co. I got it as a glitch. I didn't pay full price for it,
Right,
but
right. I remember that.
even as a glitch, it was like $70. It's genuine leather. So I thought like with time, like how the cloth and paper, and this one is Moterm, it stretches. It stretches and it stays open, but it just never did. It never did. This is really, really tight. And I have it still, but it's a fail for me. I don't know. I regret purchasing it, but regrets is that you knew something was happening or something was wrong and you did it anyway. But this is more of a fail because it's not designed to stay open. It's designed to close immediately. And again, you know how I am. It's particularly for my to-go planner, it has to be easy. I don't want to fight with my planner. So this is unfortunately, this is a gorgeous as it is. It's a fail. So let me just show you all the regrets or fails that I have. This beautiful, gorgeous planner that can't stay open. These pens with this enormous grippy rubber portion that you struggle to remove and insert from your planner. You shake your head, but it's true. I'm moving from this very muted, very somber color palette, and I'm embracing more color for my personal rings. I don't know that I've ever used these more enough to warrant purchasing these cards again. Fountain pen that just, you have to have it tipped right and pressed down right and have the right paper for it to function well. And the arch on the wrong place. Arch on the wrong side of the paper. So these are my fails. I want to give a notable mention though to vellum dividers and vellum dashboards. Now, I mentioned this before. I don't remember what video. I was writing in my this is my to-go planners, personal rings, and I'm drafting something. I'm writing something, and I noticed that my paper wouldn't stay flat. I'm like, what's going on? What's going? I'm like, what is this? Something in the planner? The vellum curves. The vellum curves. Now this one isn't curving that much. I don't know if you could see that. It's not curving that much, but that particular vellum curved so much that the paper that I was writing on, the sheet of paper was right before the vellum. It kept popping up. I'm gonna hold off on purchasing vellum dashboards and vellum dividers because I find that to be annoying. I rather things to stay flat. I don't mind. Of course, it's going to stay flat when it's closed, but when you're using it, I would rather it to be flat as well. So those are my fails. Put in the comments, please. What are your fails for your station? Everybody has one or two. So let me know. You have any more questions, Rocio? Or comments? Well, guys, thank you for watching. Per usual, if you like this video, hit the like button. And if you'd like to hear more banter between two sisters, subscribe to the channel. Bye.